Calling this meeting of the Fawn Circle City Council for January 4th, 1983 to order. Roll call. Thank you, Eric. It's our practice to begin by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the chambers of the Fawn Circle City Council. We have a lot of business to go over today, so I suppose we should just get right to it. The most urgent matter, of course, is the blizzard that's going to hit our fine little city and the rest of the western part of the state. The current weather forecast says we'll have heavy snowfall tonight, a lull in the storm in the afternoon tomorrow for a couple hours, but then we're going to get hit with another 10 inches of snow. Now, we've put in a request to Minneapolis to send us some additional snowplows, but they haven't gotten back to us yet. In case they don't send them, let's get the word out to people to stay calm and not start hoarding food from the supermarket shelves. We'll have it all cleared away in a day or two afterward. Councilman Brilling, you said you had something you wanted to bring up with this?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to consider purchasing at least 2 new snow plows. Obviously, we won't be able to use them for this blizzard, but the current plows are 15 years old and starting to get a bit sluggish. In fact, I suspect that day or two you mentioned may be more like 3 days, given how they operated on the storm a few weeks ago. Several businesses along Mendota Street said they lost some potential Christmas business because of it.
Do we have a second for that motion?
Second.
All right, Councilman Brilling, please put together a full proposal along with a recommendation for where to buy them from, and we'll vote on it next week.
Will do.
Next on the agenda, a representative from the U of M campus was going to discuss the restoration work at Scotts Manor and potentially request for funding and labor with the project. Is the representative present? Alrighty, if the representative comes in later during the meetings, let them know they can approach the podium and we'll return to them. Next, a representative from K83FC wanted to speak to us.
Hello, Mr. Mayor, Councilman. My name is Darren Frederick. I'm the General Manager of K83FC. I handle budget decisions, overall programming choices, and several other duties there. For several years now, we have been privileged to operate the station, known most around here as Channel 83, out of Fawn Circle. We've tried to provide a lot of entertaining programs to the citizens of this city, as well as providing many jobs to locals. Anywhere from electricians to actors and our original programming to just simple janitors, we're a part of this community. Indeed, this very city council meeting is being broadcast for people to watch from home, so more people can be involved in decisions involving our fair city. However, things have not been going well for the station as of late. Syndication packages for programming are becoming more expensive. We have competition as more and more people embrace cable television, and advertisers are not as interested in investing in ad space. What I'm here to request from you today is a stimulus into this part of the community. Some additional funds to help us through this rough patch as we adapt to changing standards in our industry.
Let me stop you for a second there. Mr. Frederick, how much are you asking for exactly?
$75,000 over the next 3 months.
Come to order. Mr. Frederick, we are not Minneapolis. Hell, we're not even Wilmar. That kind of money for one struggling business is not acceptable.
I know it's a lot, but we give back to the community in a lot of ways.
With all due respect, Mr. Frederick, I disagree with some of your assertions. You claim to be contributing to the community with your programming, but my family watches Channel 83. Most of what you show there is stuff found in syndication that you can find elsewhere.
We've had to take on syndicated programming due to budgeting issues for original shows.
Frankly, those original shows leave a lot to be desired. They're cheap looking, the educational content for kids has been, well, wrong a lot of the time, and frankly, I know several local actors who refuse to work for you because they're embarrassed to be a part of such terrible shows.
We've had to cut corners, and the stimulus could really...
And most especially, Mr. Frederick, even if we thought the programming was worth investing in, your station's transmitter is very low power, and as a result, you've had several signal hijackings of late. Some of it pretty disturbing and not at all appropriate for the children of this community.
We have been investigating the hijacking, sir. And it should be noted, they always occurred late at night when kids should have been tucked into bed.
Regardless, you want us to invest a not-so-insignificant amount of money into a business like yours that is not exactly proving itself to be worthy of such an investment.
Would you be open to negotiating the investment, at least hearing us out further about this?
All right. I'm not unreasonable. Make your case and we'll discuss it. We can start
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've just been informed that there have been some developments at Scott's Manor, and Sheriff Douglas needs to speak with you immediately.
My apologies, Mr. Frederick and everyone gathered today. It seems to me to cut this meeting short. Mr. Frederick, we're holding another city council meeting on the 6th. We'll discuss your request again at that time.
Of course.
This meeting is now adjourned.
Excuse me, Darcy Milbanks?
Yes?
I'm Carl Denby, the private investigator you contacted. You wanted to speak to me about your brother?
Yes, thank you for coming. I'll be with you in just a moment. I just need to shut down the camera feed and the audio recording, and I'll be right with you.
Alrighty. When you're ready, I do have a few things I can go over already.